Hey guys, I am Dr. Ood.
And I am Wolfy.
And we are here, guys, to discuss Doctor Who Series 3. So let's get into this video, guys. But before we get into this video, please be sure and
subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to be sure to be notified whenever we upload a new video.
So with that out of the way, let's get on with it.
And be sure to comment down below what other content you want us to do.
Okay, let's get on with it. Come on.
Ow. Ow.
Okay, guys, we have Series 3 in 2 parts. We have Part 1. Hold that, please.
With
and
the Dalek thingy.
With the
Dalek
Dalek eye, yeah.
Yeah, see?
And Part 2 with the
Angel.
With the evil-looking angel there. We'll get to that. Okay, let's start off. Wolfy.
Yeah.
The Runaway Bride. What did you think about it?
One of my personal favorites, really.
Right on the motorway.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
The
TARDIS on the motorway.
I'm not jumping on a motorway.
I thought it was very good, actually, for a Christmas special. Kind of light-hearted Christmas special.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Russell had a thing about that song. Are you hanging out? You're stalking on the wall. Is it time for every Santa has a ball? We're going to stop before we annoy you.
Does it ride a red-nosed reindeer?
Does it fall upon a sleigh? And I forgot the next line, but so here it is.
Merry Christmas.
That part is just really annoying when it just cuts out. When it just cuts out, that is so annoying, but it's so funny.
So here it.
But yeah, the Runaway Bride, I thought it was a very good story, actually.
Yeah.
It introduces Donna. It carries on from the Series 2 finale when Donna appeared in the TARDIS for apparently no reason. But here's the thing. Why did the Doctor have a ring in his pocket after there was a Doomsday? Do you think he was going to ask Rose to marry him? No.
Why would he? Okay.
Because he loved Rose.
No. Why would he ask Rose to? Why would he do that with a biodamper?
I don't know. It looks like a wedding ring.
Maybe he was gonna biodamp Rose.
I don't know.
Cause remember the Santa robot thingies?
Yeah.
They were there.
Yeah.
And he could have just biodamped her.
That makes sense because they were in the Christmas invasion as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Wolfie. That's a very, very good point.
Thank you.
Huh? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, guys. Was the biodamper for Rose, do you think, to stop him with the Christmas Santas, or what? Let us know in the comments below.
To protect her, or what? Let us know.
Marks out of 10 for the Runaway Bride. I'll give it 9. Marks out of 10 for the Runaway Bride.
10.
9, 10. Quickly, just moving on to the actual series opener, Smith and Jones.
Yeah.
You guys know from my previous video of the series openers, this is, I think, my fourth favourite. My favourite Martha Jones story, anyway. Let us know. Smith and Jones. I enjoyed it, actually. I liked the Jadoon. What about you?
I mean, I loved it, really. I loved it. The Doom Platoon upon the moon. Barefoot on the moon.
Yeah. I thought it was a very good episode. It's a very good introduction from Martha. Pretty good storyline.
I like that one, don't you? Barefoot on the moon.
Yeah, it's a very good episode, I thought. Martha's good in it. David Tennant, obviously, is, like I said in my previous video, this is probably David at his best. He's already defined his character by now. Is there anything else needs to be said about this episode?
I really like how Russell did the really original thing with the ring going up and how he
Yeah.
The cartoon thing, like where rain clouds over the head of a man, you know, in the cartoon.
Yeah. The dark cloud over your head, yeah.
Yeah, and I love how he did the rain is going up, signifying that they're going up out of the earth.
Yeah.
Out of the earth onto something else, like another planet or something, or a moon. I like how Russell did that. Also, that it is made by Russell T. Davies.
Davies. I keep calling him Davis. It's Davies.
We just realized that
I'm just gonna call him Russell. Then your guys will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Russell.
We just now realized that there was an E.
I didn't know there was an E on it. I didn't realize. I mean, if I did it, it's just subconsciously just putting it there and
also, I didn't see it when Martha was meeting up with the doctor and like with the TARDIS. Behind her, there's a poster thingy that says "Vote Saxon." If you guys did not see that, be sure to check that out in Smith and Jones, the end part.
So yeah, Smith and Jones, I thought it was a very, very good episode. I'd give it probably 8 out of 10.
Same rating as him.
About 8. Okay. Let us know, guys, in the comments below for each episode.
What you think of them?
Yeah. Going on to episode 2, but really episode 3. The Shakespeare Code.
Yeah. We are actually watching that right now.
We were watching it, yeah, we were watching it a minute ago. I liked it. I liked the Carrie Knights. I liked the fact that they meet William Shakespeare.
Shakespeare himself.
Yeah. Martha was okay in this. Not as good as her previous episode, but she was still okay, I thought. Good storyline. At the end of it, of course, you get Queen Elizabeth I, and that also remains a mystery until...
Day of the Doctor.
Well, the end of time he mentions it, but the Day of the Doctor, you kind of, you see it.
Yeah.
Very good story, actually, I thought. Obviously, you guys know I love Russell. You know, I love Russell's writing. I'm not sure if he wrote this one or not. But, obviously, you know, he's a showrunner, so he commissioned it. So, you know, he said, yeah, okay, run with it. I liked it. Not as good as Smith and Jones, but still pretty good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. What about you, Wolfy?
Well, really, my thoughts on it, I love how Russell did Shakespeare on that, and really, personally, Mr. Shakespeare himself, he's really one of my favorite book writers. Authors. But I love how he put that in there, and he kind of, to people who didn't know who he was, which I don't know how that's really possible, but to people who don't know who Shakespeare was, that kind of put it out there to who he was, like the author and the Little Slavers one, how it was never played, a lost play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Out of 10, really, there's Shakespeare in there. Not the real one, but, you know, an actor. Really? And stick between a 9 and 10.
Okay, let's go for 9.5 then.
It's not. I don't think it's really that good enough to give it a 10, but it's not bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad episode.
You know?
It's not a bad episode. Oh yeah. Let's move on to the next one. And the next episode on Series 3, one of the saddest ones, Gridlock. I love the story. It's very much a story done in the studio, I think. Lots of CGI. But the face of Bo dying in his last words kind of sort of set off the whole series, I think. You are not alone.
Are not alone.
I love the face of Bo, and I hate the fact he dies. If you guys want to see a video of me crying to the face of Bo dying, there you go, my point, don't know it. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you want to see me crying to the face of Bo dying?
Leave a like.
Yeah. Pretty good story. I liked how they done the New Earth thing again, the New Earth trilogy going on from obviously New Earth and the End of the World. It was a good, decent story. The cat people were pretty cool.
I'm just tired. Sorry.
The guy who plays Father Dougal Maguire and Father Ted played Brannigan in this, so he's a good actor. She doesn't know who Father Ted is. Everyone from Britain that knows Father Ted, guys, give us a like.
Leave a like.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Decent story. Sally Clipso I thought was pretty cool. The way that the Face of Bow saved the city I thought was very, very noble. Going into the Captain Jack theory there. If the Face of Bow is Captain Jack, that is something that Captain Jack would do.
Yeah.
You know, let's put it that way. He would give his life to save people. The way his character developed from, you know, Doctor Who Series 1 all the way through Torchwood and Doctor Who. So, yeah. Good luck. I would probably, it's sad, but it's also good. It sets up the series. Probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Well, what I like about it, really, Dr. Ood, what I like about it, I just don't exactly like it that much. It's not really one of my personal favorites, because I don't really understand what's going on, but the crab thingies, whatever they're called.
Oh, the macro, that's actually...
The macro.
There was a classic Doctor Who story from Patrick Troughton's day called the Macro Terror. This is pretty much a carry on from that, I believe. If you guys know any more about the macro than I do, please let me know in the comments. If there's any more macro stories in classic, because the only one I know of is the Macro Terror. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. It's been put on animation because it's one of the lost ones. So I'm guessing this is a sort of follow-up from that, where they have devolved to this planet that's, I don't know, 5 billion and 26 years in the future, whatever. Out of 10, what would you give it?
I mean, it's not that bad that I would give it a 4. I'd say a 5.
5, okay.
I don't, because it's not really one of my favorites. And Dr.
It's not, widely regarded as sort of one of Russell's weakest stories. I still like it though, because it's a decent story, and the Face of Bow.
I just don't really understand what's going on in that episode, because there's so much other stuff mixing together. But one thing I did like about it is the Christian part of it, where the Doctor goes into the Adam and Eve one. I love that.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Christian part of it.
That's also, you know, Russell with his trying to involve everybody in it. Males, females, all kinds of religions can watch that episode. And so yeah, let's move on to the next, the first two-parter in this series. So let's get. Okay, the first two-parter, Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks.
I really like this one because, well, it's a Dalek story, of course. And Daleks in Manhattan, I love the New York thing of it, the New York setting. I really like that. And especially all the pig people, because I do really like pigs. I like them. They're really funny. I like them. They're so messy. But I like how they did that, because new content, hint for new content coming to the channel soon. I'm going to be doing Undertale reviews, but just like Undyne, she's like a fish person thing, but I like how they kind of did that, kind of like what Toby Fox did with Undyne. I love how they fused the thing, two species of living things together. And I really like I just always loved the New York kind of accent, and I've always loved New York because I've been there once with Dr. Ood and the rest of my family, and it was like for a Christmas thing, and I really loved it. We didn't get to see the
fun fact though, anyway. This wasn't actually filmed in New York. This was filmed in Cardiff. They just used the CGI for New York.
Yeah, but Angels in Manhattan was filmed in New York. Yeah. In Manhattan. That must have been expensive to get the whole
Daleks
crew
in Manhattan.
over there. But really,
I like Dalek second. I thought it was interesting how they fused a human and a Dalek together and come up with
I like that too.
Tallulah, I found really quite annoying, but I guess that's what her character was supposed to be.
If Nathan in my class was watching this, please don't be offended by that, but he was always sitting next to me, and he always kind of made jokes, and yeah, he was kind of that New York thing, because he was born in New York, and he always had that accent, so yeah. But I would rate it.
A very good pick.
I'd say I would rate it. I don't know, out of 10. I would rate it a 8 out of 10. What about you, Dr. Ood?
Well, like I said, I like Dalek's Egg. I didn't like Tallulah. I loved how the Doctor actually tried to save the Daleks.
Yeah. Instead of committing suicide.
The thing is in this, the Daleks changed their minds when Daleks never changed their minds. I like that twist on it. There wasn't the strongest episode. That wasn't even the strongest Dalek episode, but I do like it. Probably 7 out of 10. Moving on to the next one, the Lazarus Experiment. Obviously, this one, of course, is as well regarded as one of the less memorable ones. I wasn't really thrilled by it, but it was still a decent enough story where you get the hint of the regeneration thing with Lazarus and his experiment. That's why it's called the Lazarus Experiment. I wasn't convinced on the CGI for the creature that Lazarus did, kept fluxing from. They said it was an offshoot of human DNA, which it could be real. I'm not sure. I haven't researched it. I just found that monster to be sort of crap, actually. But I've seen some that's worse. So I think it was an okay story. Again, it goes with the whole story arc of the Joneses helping Saxon out get the Doctor, trying to stop Martha from, but it's just timey-wimey.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
There's not really much to say about that. Not really a lot happens in the Lazarus Experiment, although it is mentioned later on.
But Dr. Ood, what is your rating on this episode?
The Lazarus Experiment, I give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay, well, I don't really have much to say about that, but I like what I do have to say. I like the science in it, like how you can, the actual experiment in itself.
Yeah.
I like how it did, like he said, the regeneration, but I love the science in it, how it just, remakes the person into what they want to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if that were a real thing, I wouldn't really trust it because of what the actual thing became.
Yeah.
But if it actually did work, I really didn't know what I would become.
So what would you rate it?
Really? I haven't really seen this one in a while, but because I don't really like it.
Yeah.
The monster. I think it's really weird, like a spider thing. Kind of a rip-off of the Runaway Bride, sort of.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a spider thing. And
it's like a spider crossed with a lobster kind of deal.
Okay, but
what's your rating? I'll give it a 5. What'd you give it?
I would say I don't really know, since I haven't seen it in a long time. But from what I remember of it, I just don't really like it. I don't, like I said with Gridlock, I don't know what's going on. Everything's just happening at one thing. And I'd say give this about the same rating as him.
About 5. Okay. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to part 2.
The Angel. Actually,
the Weeper.
Which I'm not actually afraid of anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yay.
The episode 42, written by the current Doctor Who showrunner, Chris Chibnall. Don't get me started on him. This was I actually do like this episode though. It's probably my favourite Chibnall episode apart from the one in Series 5. I liked it. Very interesting. Again, very confined, fast paced. The countdown was pretty good. 42 minutes to the crash into the sun, where this cargo liner has been scooping sun particles for fuel. Interesting story about how people can be consumed by obviously alien suns right now in this episode. But again, nothing really happened. Martha gets sort of drifted away towards the sun and pulled back, and then the Doctor sort of gets blinded.
Someone else.
Again, not a really big fan of this. Not really a big fan of Chris Chibnall in Doctor Who.
What is your rating of it, Doctor?
42. I'll give it again a 5 out of 10.
I don't exactly remember this, but I just gotta point out something that us humans, we think that there's other beings out there, which I think so too, and that we keep looking for aliens, but really all along we've found them. We've been among them all the time because we are aliens, because we live in space. We basically are aliens, you know?
We're aliens to other species.
We're aliens to ourselves.
Yeah.
Really. But really, I haven't really seen this one in a while, so... And I just,
Yeah, it's one that I genuinely, if I'm watching the Series 3, I genuinely skip over the Lazarus Experiment and 42.
I really have not seen 42 in a long time, but I do remember most of it. Not really much of it though, but from what I remember, I do kind of like it because I like the space part of it, and I just really like it. I would give it a 8 or 7 out of 10. 8
wow.
Or 7.
7 out of 10. Wow.
8 or 7.
For 42? Wow.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I really like it.
Hey, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion. You get.
And keep in mind that I do not like Chibnall at all.
Yeah, she doesn't like Chibnall either.
No, Jodie, I can tell that she is a great actor at heart.
You're on this one.
I can tell that she is a just great actor at heart, but it's just a story and a writing that's horrible. And I'm sorry to people that do like Chibnall's writing, but I'm being honest. It's my opinion, not a fact. An opinion. But yeah. I just don't like
That's
it.
what we've always done on this channel, just opinions.
Yeah, but...
you don't have to agree with us. In fact, we prefer it if you don't. We prefer it if you start, not an argument, but a conversation in the comments below.
Yeah, but I can tell that she is an amazing actor at heart, and actress... I meant to say actress, I'm sorry. Actress at heart.
Okay, moving on to the next multi-part story. In Series 3, we've got Human Nature and the Family of Blood. Obviously, this is the one where the Doctor turns human and goes back to 1914 and is a teacher in a private school, I guess. I guess it's a private school.
Can I just speak first about this?
Yeah.
So, first off, this is one of my, the two-parter of this, both of them. It is one of my absolute favorite. And if I were to do a top 10, right, David Tennant, this would be on the high part of it. Because I just love it so much.
Okay.
But it's so funny and humorous, and I love it. I just love the story of it and how David turned into human and never ever eat pets.
See, well, the Doctor as a character was not in this apart from the very beginning and the very end.
Yeah.
Everything that happened in that episode happened to a human called John Smith, which I quite liked. It was sort of a chilled out sort of Doctor Who. You know, you can just sit down and watch it and enjoy it just for what it is.
Yeah.
Martha was okay in it. I did enjoy the family. It was a bit weird how they're just sort of gas, but it's, you know, that's nothing new, nothing strange for Doctor Who.
What I don't like about it, one of the things that I don't like about it is how Martha is a maid. You know.
Well, I don't like how the whole Martha is obsessed with the Doctor sort of thing, and she wants to have a relationship with the Doctor and blah blah blah. The scarecrows I thought were pretty cool.
Yeah, I really liked how the scarecrows came to life, and
obviously Joan as well in this. She came back in the End of Time as well. David's last episode for a brief, but she played the character's granddaughter or great granddaughter. And the book that the Doctor was drawing in, A Journal of Impossible Things, was actually the book that Joan's granddaughter released. That was the title of the book, The Journey of Impossible Things. So it was nicely wrapped up, but this is the star of it. So yeah, very good episode. I thought obviously it harks back to that in the series finale, which we will get to in just a second. Time Lord turning human. It was interesting. A bit different for Doctor Who. I would give this 2-part story an 8 out of 10.
For me, I really do like it. I would give it a 8 or 9. Okay. I like it.
Okay, moving on to the next episode. Blink.
I personally have not seen this episode because really the only Angel episode I have seen is the one with Matt, so yeah.
The one in Manhattan?
Yeah. Take it away!
I pretty much think the less said about this episode, the better. Stephen Moffat wrote this episode. Pretty much a doctorless journey with... You guys know I don't really like the Weeping Angels. I like my Doctor Who dark as well, dark and creepy, but this is just beyond that. Do not like the Weeping Angels. Do not really like this episode, even though it is a mystery episode. Obviously, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is the best Doctor Who episode ever." I don't think so. I think the less said about this episode, the better. Blink, I would give it a 3 out of 10. What about you?
I can't say anything about it because I've never seen it before.
Okay, on to the series finale, which is a 3-part story, actually. A lot of people think it's a 2-part story, but no, it's a 3-part story. They all interconnect. Utopia, the Sound of Drums, and the Last of the Time Lords. Now, if you guys have seen my video ranking these series finales, you will know that this is my favourite series finale. Utopia, I think that Derek Jacobi as the War Master, well, Professor Yana, I thought done a very good job. And everything kind of harks back, the place of Bo, the human nature, it all harks back to this. Time Lords turning humans. You are not alone. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Had the way that Russell tied the whole thing up right here in this episode. We get Jack as well, man. Jack is back. Absolutely love Jack. He's brilliant.
Doctor!
The way he clung to the TARDIS through the vortex, that was amazing. If I have one qualm about this episode, I wish that they would have used Jack on the TARDIS as the opening titles.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
But, Utopia, I thought, obviously it's a very confined, end of the universe story. You can do that in a minute. But it's a very good story. I mean, the TARDIS tried to get away from Jack, who the TARDIS thinks Jack is an impossible thing, so it flew to the end of the universe. Jack's still holding on, and he's there. The future kind of thought were kind of weird, but kind of cool. And Derek Jacobi, Professor Yana, the Master. Chanto, she was pretty cool. I did like Chanto. Or Chantho. How do you pronounce it? Chanto? Chanto?
Chanto.
Chanto. Chan, thank you, Do.
Yeah. Chanto.
She was pretty cool, pretty sweet character. And if you guys didn't know, she actually is in the series 4 episode Turn Left. She's the fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
The same act, not Chanto, but the same actress.
Yeah, same actress. You can actually tell just by her face.
Yeah. Utopia, I thought was great. Sound of Drums, obviously amazing. I love John Sim. The Last of the Time Lords, yeah, my favorite. It's absolutely amazing. I love the story, just the way it's told as well. You got the American president in that one as well. So obviously, you guys know what my rating is for this. It is 20 out of 10.
But I just love everything about it, and it kind of relates to human nature, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I actually get mixed up with.
What did you think of John Sim's portrayal of the Master in this?
Which one?
The Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords. After he regenerates from.
Why did I ask? I really liked it.
I think John Sim personally, for me, he's my favorite Master, but that's only because, apart from Derek Jacobi, I mean, when I first watched it, I didn't watch Utopia first. I watched The Sound of Drums first, which is weird. I just watched it on Netflix, and obviously John Sim was my first Master, so he's going to be my favorite Master. I just think he was awesome, just absolutely nuts, with that noise in his head. And I do like how the whole, you know, the Saxon Master's story arc, how it begins here with Derek Jacobi as Professor Yana with the noise in his head, and it all comes to fruition again in the end of time.
But here's the weird thing. As I mentioned with Smiths and Dunes as the Philip Saxon thing, that is after the Runaway Bride, yes?
Yeah.
So how?
Yeah, the Runaway Bride. We hear the Saxon.
Hold on. Yes. So how come they say in order of Saxon or whatever, fire out Will?
Well,
how
because
come it says that, but then it says Philip Saxon? How come? Actually, I just got an answer for it.
That's what Saxon was going for the Prime Minister, and you don't yet. The first time we see the vote Saxon thing is in Love and Monsters in series 2 with the Zorbeloff. So yeah, marks out of 10 for your series finale, the 3-part Utopia, the Sound of Drums, and the Last of the Time Lords.
I don't know. I really like it how I always get the end of time and
the Last of the Time Lords.
I always get them so mixed up, because
because John Sim's in them both.
Yeah.
He's crazy in this one though. He's absolutely mental, but in the end of time it's a completely different level.
I actually don't remember. I only remember Utopia. I only remember seeing Utopia. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that's when the Sound of Drums is when Martha and Jack and David all get sort of they're by themselves. They don't have a car. And the Master stole the TARDIS and everything.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
That was the ending of Utopia.
And then
right.
No, that was the beginning of the Last of the Time Lords, and then at the end of it, that's where Martha teleports and walks the earth. Also,
I remember that now.
Yeah. Also, in this 3-part story, this is where Martha comes into her own.
I remember the whole thing now.
Yeah.
I really do like it, especially with the fight with the Master and Martha.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But you can't do 20 out of 10. That's
the only sort of another pet peeve of this, but it's absolutely fine. It doesn't really bother me. I just thought I'd bring it up. The CGI mini Doctor in the cage. I thought they could have done a little bit better with that, but it's absolutely fine. It's and then you see John Sim pushing David Tennant on the wheelchair, which comes again in the Doctor falls and Peter Capaldi's on it. Yeah.
Decide whether you should live
So
or
he's pushing the Doctor in the wheelchair. So, come on, Granddad.
Granddad?
Yeah.
They're not sand shoes.
So yeah, 20 out of 10 for me, 10 out of 10 for her. Here come the drums, here come the drums! You're my voodoo child, my voodoo. I love that music. I love the music in this.
I can't decide whether you should live or die, so you'll probably go.
Okay, as a series altogether, what would you give it out of 10? Me personally, the beginning is strong, the end is strong. It's the middle that kind of is not as strong. As a series, I'd probably give it a generous 8 out of 10. I did like the story arc though, the Vote Saxon story arc, the Saxon Master. I love John Sim. But there's just some episodes that like Blink lets it down for me. For you, that may be your favourite story. For me, not really.
I've never even seen that story.
What else was there? The Lazarus Experiment, 42. They sort of let the whole series down, but they're really not that bad stories, but it's just not as strong as the other ones. So that's why I give it a generous 8. What about you? Really?
For all my ratings of the ones that I don't like the Lazarus Experiment, and I couldn't even rate Blink because I've never seen it before, but
we'll
really,
watch it.
I say I give it a 10 out of 10. I really like it, especially that it's David. It's David. Come on.
Yeah.
I would give it a 10 out of 10.
And Jackson, the whole series. You give it a 10 the whole series?
Yeah.
Wow.
Both of them.
Okay.
Both.
Both do. Okay. Yeah.
Both series all together, yeah.
Well, it's one series in 2 parts. It's one series, 2 parts.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. So yes, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of each episode, what you thought of the story arc, and what you thought of this series overall. 7, 10. Oh, sorry, 8, 10.
So, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be sure to be notified whenever we post a new video, and comment down below. Like I said before, comment down below if you guys want any new content, or just comment to tell us what you thought of this video, or what you thought of the 2 series in themselves, this one and part 1 and 2.
Yeah. And
if you don't, comment down below even if you don't like any of the monsters or villains.
Yeah, just let us know what you think of this whole series, guys.
If you don't like any of them that were in series 3. Yeah.
So guys, this is the end of the video, guys, and always remember, always try to be nice.
And never fail to be kind.
I've been Dr. Ood.
Wolfy.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
End of the universe.
Have fun. Bye-bye.